52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. To you who are trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable. We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. To you who are trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable. We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. To you who are trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable. We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. To you who are trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable. We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
Hello. So, I know there's been a lot of confusion over what's been going on, so I thought I'd do a stream today where we're going to go over one of the games that I recorded last week. It's just me at the minute. Hopefully we might get Simon in from the Steel City Snufflegators to help me commentate over this. But in the meantime, I thought I'd answer any questions people had about Code 7 because we released that yesterday. Answer any questions people got the new tab cut, and also got some decks to open. Ooh, where are they? Because we got Almighty guys over at Can't Touch This sent us over some decks to open, and I have got new sound commands for this as well. Oh, would help if I turn my volume up. So turn the volume up, then
Can't touch this.
so we get that. Oh. Okay. C2. Ooh, that's my hand. That's still my hand because it's frozen. Of course it has. I have been keeping these in a dinosaur skull. So, 2 polish decks, AOA and Kota. Chris, the head of Kota, has claimed the the Kota one, and I'll be opening the AOA one, but no, I might keep it. Depends on what it actually is. Alright, so let's crack on and let's do some horrible pronouncing of these names. Oh god. So we have that easily seen. Oh, I've got it upside down. So that's the white. Let's make this a bit easier. That's much better. So this is Solomon Lutznik the Prispad Polani. What? So, I don't know how well that can be seen. Solomon Luznik the big word Polani. It is Shadow's Untamed Bromner, which is not too bad for a Kota deck. Oh god, trying to. I see Chota. I recognize Chota. That makes me happy. Okay, so I'm gonna. Best thing to do is I'll compensate Chris a Amber Shard, and I'll go over to the master. I'll get these up in the Master Vault because that makes a lot more sense than me trying. I mean, there's Valda I recognise. Heeb the Huge. There's 2 Troll. I'm just gonna be interested to see how these go. Hey, thank you Jupiter for the raid. Just opening a couple of Polish decks. So there's Z Paichi Kowal Desirable Valda. What's happening there? Why is my what? Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. Add deck. To make it a bit easier, and I can go over the Nate rather than just looking at a blank screen. I can do this. I can do this. This, because boo.
Nie mogę dotknąć dis.
I haven't added Jupiter because this is the Kote one. I just wanted I'm putting the team ones in, but I love that. It's so good. Okay, so here we go. Solomon Lukzidnik ze Prazpad Kawak Polani. Oh, so the Paichi is punch. Koval is Smith. Paizen Vogena is Warsong. Is Ayalo. This I'm learning Polish. Ayalo Cannon. Valda is Valda. I mean, that's not a bad Bromnar setup. Double sting. Jadlo is sting. I'm butchering this. Zaya Grosha Zaya Grusha is Bad Penny. I believe. I hope. I'm not. If there's any Polish people here, please do let me know. Long diffuse minds. Mine easy delungum latonem. Again, quite an interesting one. Need to see what's going on here. Shadow Self. Ooh, it's not too bad. Going into Untamed. Oh, the Untamed names are just get out of it, go insane. Double Dust Pixie with Chota and a key charge. It seems good. I can't imagine Chris being too angry with this, but the only thing that truly matters is what is its Dex Keyforge score. I'm gonna have to compensate Chris a ambush shot at some point. Ooh, that's a low one. 22 expected 5.6, speed of 1.3. Not too bad. I'm not going to spend too much time on the deck openings because it's not what people are here to see. But we got these we got these decks given to us by the Can't Touch This team, and I thought they deserve some love. And I was quite interested to see what to open them on the actual stream. Now, the sadistic guys that Can't Touch This sent us a Polish AOA deck. I've also just realized that underneath Keyforge, it's translated into Polish as well. So whereas usually, because I just have boxes lying around in my house, it would say, call the Archons. I like that. That's cool. It's got Mars. So the Polish Jenka dream is real. It is Slavek Tigris Kapal Grobo Waka. Those are words. They're probably not the correct words, but they're words. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay, let's go back to my decks. Oop, that is my account, not my decks. I really should have brought someone Polish on here to help me go through this. So, Sval ek Tagris Karpal Grobovka. We didn't get the Jenka Dream, but we did get double Mazmi Zamba, Brainstem Antenna. Not too bad. Orbital Bombardment with double Mazmi Zamba. Double Beam Buckler with Mazmi Zamba, Mind Warper. Nice little captures. Sweet, really. Double Archimedes, Poke, Director, Filler, Rocket Mineland. I do love a good Mineland Hardlock. This is not a bad little deck. Bad Penny. Some people love it, some people hate it. This Chronicles, Fervent Investors, Gamgee, Knuckles Button, Life for Life, Sucker Punch, Swindle, Double Whistling Darts with Double Mars needs Amber, seems really good, and a Merkins. I do love a good Merkins. Oh, I just realized I'm showing everyone the wrong screen. Everyone was just looking at my hand. Those that are still around. this one. And then move on to the actual games. So one higher in SAS. Gotta love that. 6.1 capture, 20. I think 7.4 in speed is a significant increase. Plus the Archimedes. I don't know. I do prefer the AOA deck out of the two, but neither were absolutely amazing. But don't look a gift horse in the mouth. We'll get some use to them. I'm sure me and Chris at some point can sit down and play them IRL. I'd be very confused as to what's going on. Right, what everyone's actually here for. So, this is Can't Touch This versus the Steel City Snufflegators. Have I gone to the wrong game? I have. I need to put them in order. 3, 2, 1. So we're starting off with Gegu versus the Fabled Alpaca. That's the true alpaca of Legends. And I've got no Chris here today, so I'm just going to get started and I'm going to talk as much as I can. And if anyone in chat wants to talk to me, do let me know. And I'm even going to go to the coat and I'm going to jump on one of the tables so people can come and chat with me if they want as well. Double Grim Reminder, Market Disc, Double Doom. That's gotta be a mulligan from the top, and at the bottom, Edai could be quite strong here, but early on, the longest on the board is more risky when they're a bit mid game. Goji Ball, Song of Wild again is probably a mulligan from the bottom as well. No, Phil Packer holding on to that, holding on to the hand. Archives to Ronnie. Ronnie being archived is a very good shot. This will allow you to save the value for later on. Curse Vitality, wards up Edai, plays the Technosaurus, exalts the Technosaurus, take out Edai, gaining a second amber. That's very nice. Textbook Technosaurus play. So the Chemo Clips could be a good option here. Gets rid of the amber. You get the amber, drop the Stun Wall, but you can also set up. Nope, looks like that's where Alpaca's going to go. Again, not a bad option. It clears the board. Fangtooth being presented here. Rustling Guard, Cauldron Boil, Song of the Wild. So it's definitely an untamed turn next. Second Ronnie in hand for Fable Alpaca as well. Plays Wild Bounty, plays the Trimble to get an extra 2. Then drops the Flute. Infernus. Is that a Lycra Fiend? Yeah, it's hard to see in there. But yeah, definitely a strong hand from Gecko on the top. Some very impactful. And we got Bonesaw. Bonesaw, unfortunately, will not be coming ready at this moment in time. The Scar Song Ball plays Koji Ball to get the Amber. Plays Rusting Guard because it's the most powerful creature, so it's safe for a couple of turns. And drops the Fangtooth, getting rid of the Floof. Do not want any of those creatures getting bigger. Now, you have got the option to take the Amber down and set yourself up for a steal with the Fangtooth if you go into this. However, you can also protect your creatures for a turn if you go into Saurian. And it's never an untamed turn here. Drop Xeno Fiend. You drop the Infernus, you purge the Cauldron Boil and Chemo, maybe? Drops Bonesaw, captures one onto Bonesaw. Bonesaw does not enter ready, so I do not get to use my brand new sound emotes. And purges Edai and Cauldron Boil. Get rid of that key cost. So we've got Defense Initiative, Chorus Prime, Curse of Vitality, and Beware the Eyes. A Fangtooth from Geku as well, and the Ghost Hawk. Double Fangtooth just means that at the end of every turn, something's getting wiped. That's going to be really good. Drops the Hologramophone, drops the another explode, drops the Hologramophone, blows up Trimble, passes. If you go to 7 here with Untamed? But you also, if you go to 7 with Untamed, you're setting up the Ghost Hawk to die. But if you go for Saurian, you can get yourself what? 1, 2, 3 Amber, get yourself to 7 as well, but ward up a few guys, get an extra creature on the board, get through your deck a bit quicker. Both strategies have their merit. The second Fangtooth for Fabled Alpaca here is going to be a huge blow. Especially with all these 2-power creatures in the hand and the archive. Playing the Ronnie next turn just to get that recursion with regrowth could be really strong. But it all comes down to what we're actually going to see. Goes for the Saurian. Probably the better play. You got the draw pit, you got the draw, you got the extra damage. Plays Curse of Vitality. Wards up Infernus. Plays Consult Primus. That's a nice position because wards up the Xenofiend. Plays Eyes, gets to 7. Ronnie's going to be lots of value here. A second Infernus, a double Doom, and a Grim Reminder. If you can wipe the board, if Geku could wipe their own board, they'd be in a good position for those Inferni. But at this point, it doesn't really offer much value. Grim Reminder might be a discard. So, Ronnie takes you to 4, takes your opponent to 5. You play J Vinder, you play Umbra, and you're forcing your opponent into a fighting position. You hold the second Ronnie. Discards double Doom with a subtle maul. That's very strong. Plays Ronnie, steals 2. Plays Umbra, Pretty much forcing your opponent into this turn where they have to get control of this board state back because those 2 Umbras need to be dealt with now. And nothing much in Fabled Alpaca's discard for these Inferni to actually take the pips away. But as we saw with the first one, not prioritizing pips, prioritizing key cost increase and the more disruptive cards, which is a very fair use of Infernus. Choosing to go Untamed. Plays Ghost Hawk. Uses Ghost Hawk to reap with the Primus. Primus has the reap ability of move 1 Amber from one creature to another. Moves it to Umbra. Reaps the Xenofiend. Gets to 8. And then destroys Umbra. Getting to 9. Edai makes keys cost 8. But the second Ronnie in the hand. If you go Edai here, they're still forging for 8. If you go Ronnie, they're still forging, but they're forging for 6. Because you play Ronnie, steal 2, get yourself up to 6. Fight with Umbra to get one, to steal 1 more. Reap with the other Ronnie, get to 8. And you're in quite a strong position there on 8, but you've lost control of the board. The board is very much out of control. Dave's got a question. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna get back. You have to keep an eye. Information exchange is still one. Eli to make keys cost 8, so forging for full value. Definitely an interesting choice. Ward up Eli. Yeah, so hologramophone to ward up Eli. No exploiter gets no value because nothing's damaged, so you pass back. Manchango's coming, and Manchango's coming a little bit too early. So Manchango has a play if you have less than 5 cards in your deck. I believe it's steal 2, and then a fight reap, put it back in your deck. Very strong card if you can keep yourself on a low amount of cards. Unfortunately, Fable Alpaca has drawn this 7 cards too early. It's the perfect late game card, but it's an awful early game card. Thanks for destroy Ghost Hog. Geku is forging for 8. Could be a Saurian turn because you've got the destruction and the ability to move Amber around. Uh, to deal with that. I wish there was more admins on here. So yeah, your Saurian turn, very nice of them. Moving from Xenofiend. So destroys Umbra, not bad still. And use Axiom Regress to that's very strong. So I got a bit of drama in let's see if I can get
Can't touch this.
I prefer.
Nie mogę dotknąć dis.
So I got a bit of stuff going on there. Gonna just tag see me in a disc. Okay. Look, come on, Chris. Okay. Does not forge is in a very strong position. Fable Alpaca threatening his first key. Has a mug, Inky Gloom. The Ronnie Wrist Clocks has come back. Or is this a free Ronnie deck? Definitely in a strong position. I don't. In that last turn, I don't get why Fable Alpaca played the Toad. I imagine it was to prevent the Xeno Fiend from being destroyed and keep themselves exactly on 7. Free Fang Tooth Caverns being down is absolutely insane, but it just means that nobody's going to be keeping a board for quite some time. Reaps with Xenofiend, reaps with Bonesaw, reaps with Infernus. Plays the second Infernus to clear the to take 5 of that pack off the key. Purges Regrowth and the second Eli. Just keeping control of this disruption. And you hold the Grim Reminder because at this moment in time you're going to blow up Xenofiend, Infernus. So you hold the Grim Reminder because next turn you can go Grim Reminder, Infernus, and they all come back. That's if Fable Alpaca doesn't play anything. So uses Xenofiend to steal, takes Fable Alpaca off the key thanks to the steal. And if you guys like crazy, wait until you see what we've got coming up because these games were a little bit nuts. So, it's on 7, which means that you have got the nice option of dropping the Ronnie, still taking off check, stopping the Reaps, using Mug to get yourself in a strong position. What do you do with Mancello here? And your opponent's chained. With those chains, the subtle maul gets a lot stronger. Because you're looking at a 1 in 5, a 20% chance of just getting rid of something good. But 3 Fangtooth Caverns means that you shouldn't really be looking at the board. You should be discarding and basically going, this is a pip battle. Whoever has the most pips wins. And against Mass Mutation, Wolfsclyde might have the edge in that aspect. Especially when you've got Shadows as opposed to Saurians, which kind of need a board. Mass Mutations, Untamed, which kind of needs a board. This, which is a very disruptive house, but again, still, Mass Mutations needs a board. And with 3 Fangtooth Caverns, if you can keep that board down, it's going to be a long game. But it's a game that you could probably walk away with the win. Plays one, still one. Mug to get another. And then keeps the Mancello in hand, destroys Fangtooth and destroys Infernus. And hits, with the subtle maul, hits the Troop Call. That's very nice. No mutants on the board for either creature, so this Vault's Blessing is not going to be great. Vault's Blessing gives you 1 amber for each creature on the board. Definitely an Untamed turn. Trimble in hand, which comes with its own pip, and with that extra pip from Vault's Blessings, that's 2. Ghost Hawk, smack bang in the middle there. This is going to be a huge swingy turn. This is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, plus Resurgence into another mutant, 11, 12. Oh, that's... Yeah, Fable Alpaca, this game is... Gecko is basically saying, yeah, you can get your first key. I'm going to be checking my 3rd and 2nd key right now. Place for Resurgence. What mutants do you have in Untamed and in your discard? Plays Vault's Blessing. So isn't looking, gets the thing, gets Infernus back. That's good bit of recursion. So Fable Alpaca forges for 2. Forges for 2, forges for 6. It has 2 remaining. Can go with, it goes with Logos here, can get the Eli down, stop the forging on the second key, steal for 2, steal for 1, weld wormhole into something, hopefully. So, gun logos, anomaly exploiter, plays Edai, archives Manchano. Good use of the archives. Information is steal, keeps him off the second key, getting very close to checking for his second key himself. Ward up Edai. And gets a Panpaka anger off the wild wormhole, making Edai a 5-power creature. Okay. So Geku does not forge because they need 9, and this is definitely moving into a. This is gonna be a dis turn. The mark of this quite good. Mark of this here is huge. With Manchano in the archive, if you can force Fabled Alpaca to redraw his deck before he's able to play Manchano, that is basically stopping 2 steal. There's even an argument if you Fabled Alpaca that you just don't. You just don't. You play so you don't redraw your deck. So goes this. With the Mindfire, you'd have to just pass, and that's really bad. So, yeah, I guess you can't. Use this bonus sword to take out the Panpaka anger. Panpaka anger. Mark of this, forcing back into logos, exposing the Edai. Infernus into Edai. Mindfire, there's a 50% chance of hitting a pip. There is a 16%. Oh, the 16% hit. Look at that. It was a 16.6% chance of hitting the fuzzy grin. That is just unlucky. Plays Infernus. The Fang Tooth's going to get rid of the Edai. That RNG Jesus has definitely been on your side with that. That was insane. I expected the qualifiers to mind fire a fertility chant. Yeah, a 16.63% chance of hitting that, and you get it. Boom, just done. Bonesaw did the job. Drops discombobulate, so no more stealing, but we've got Senator Brachus, Saurus Rex, we've got Lycosaurus in the hand. Doesn't matter because there's also a Ghost Hawk and Earthbind. Fabled Alpaca needs something huge here to get back in the game. Because you're playing Jugugle, but Jugugle just dies straight away to your own Fangtooth. Play special delivery. Not a bad move. No safety in numbers. With the Xenofiend is really bad because essentially it's a little bit of a board wipe, but it's a swap of the amber stays the same. You're giving 1 amber as you lose 1 amber. So Geku knows they're on 5. Knows they're on 5. If they go Saurian, they can reap, play the Saurus, exalt it, damage Lycophene, get it basically on the point where it gets destroyed. Or do you just go untamed and you just get as much as you can? I think they win if they go any house, because either way they're gaining. Yeah, if they went untamed, they were gaining 3. If they went into Saurian, they were gaining 3. Mind Fire into Fuzzy Grim was absolutely insane. Mancheno is useless at this point because there's 12 cards. Plays Inky Glue to stop the reap. Plays No Safety in Numbers, which is just a swap in the amber. Like, your opponent gains 1 and you don't gain anything. Ronnie steals 2. Mancheno comes down for no value. Jay Vinder comes down, and that is it. Fabled Alpaca tried as much as he could. Both players gave it their all here. So we see the pass over, and there we go. Geku has won the game. Here come the GGs. Very well played. And before we get started the next game, I'm going to try out another one of my...
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Was that too loud? I feel like that was way too loud. But let's go. So we have Houdini here against Zombie Hedgehog.
Can't touch this.
Houdini was quite hard to get hold of. Again, this one is much better.
Nie mogę dotknąć dis.
That one is so much better. So Houdini was quite hard to get hold of, but he is a master of escape, so it makes sense. So we've got Zombie Hedgehog with a very powerful AOA deck, and we got a time travel deck, and again, this is one of the. Can't Touch This played really well. I remember these games because I was actually paying attention, and oh, it's so good. Plays Help with yourself. Gets the Time Traveler. Regrowth with Time Traveler. Just how many times can you play Time Traveler once in a game, eh? So gets 1 pip. Plays Time Traveler. Gets 2 pips. Archives Help for Future Self. Boom, done. Cutthroat Research. Might as well slam it down anyway. Because, sure, why not? Checking the discards. Plays Cutthroat Research. But Archives Help for Future Self. So I can just fight or shuffle the Time Traveler back and just get those extra pips. Because, why not? Let's go for this. So that's Brand. Brand is quite dangerous at this point because your opponent has just gone up 50% towards the key in a single turn. Tentacus doesn't really get any value here. So I guess it's a Logos turn and hope you draw more creatures to get that mechanic off the flank. No, drops the Shadows. Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is the Researcher. And plays the Brand. Gains the Miasma. Now, do you go untamed here just to regrowth the Researcher so you can go for the Time Traveler combo again? Because you've already archived Health and Future Self once. Why not set it up so you can do it again? That seems fine. This was also the first game I recorded after the latest Crucible updates, which is why you can see there is still 2 bullet holes on the discard because they changed the discard. Yeah, so goes into Untamed. Yeah, as Not Tonight says, you definitely go Untamed here. Regrowth gets back the researcher, gets the second comfort research, and this rusting is going to keep getting bigger, which means any artifact that gets played is going to be able to be wiped out as well. Interesting choice to go this. Oh, the Free Fates. Very nice Free Fates play here because it means that Brent can be taken out from this. That is a nice play. Free Fates in your own Brent. Zombie Hedgehog gets themselves to check. Houdini now have to go there. I wouldn't go Brobnar here. Keeping the Time Traveler down is very good because you know the Time Traveler needs to go back into the deck. Only at 6, the comfort research doesn't really do anything, but you're gonna get one off the comfort research. Yeah, you go Logos now. Regrowth after Sound the Horns, I guess, but if you're looking at setting up the Time Traveler combo, so which to me is the most efficient combo because you're getting the redraw. Because I can see where you're both coming from, but for me, if you Sound the Horns and discarded most of the deck, yes, but being able to go Time Traveler back in the deck, help from Future Self, get Time Traveler, 1 pip. Archive Help from Future Self with Researcher, Future pip. Get Time Traveler back, and second pip of the turn. Draw 2 cards. Cut for research. It's being able to get that vitality. I understand having the extra options, but by having those options, you've also milled a lot of cards you don't want to get rid of, and that's where Sound the Horns and Invasion Portal and things have their big weakness. Is you lose a lot of cards, and when you're looking at a Drummernaut combo like Houdini has, you do not want to lose Drummer. You do not lose Ganga Chieftain. You don't lose Drummernaut. You want to have those still in the deck ready to go. Once you've got one of them, that's when you drop Sound the Horns to thin out your deck for the second one. So use this researcher to archive Help from Future Self. Go for research. So let's go for research. Wild Wormhole to a second come for research. So it does give up the key for 6. Two Zombie Hedgehog, but is sat there checking for the key themselves. Sound the Horns, Sound the Horns gets you the first Brobnar, I believe it's card, after milling the rest of your deck. So it basically gets rid of everything on top just to get your Brobnar. So, but you'd lose a lot of other value in your other 2 houses. Has the Sting, if that had come a turn earlier, could have dropped the Sting last turn and would have got more amber. Has 2 lab works. Unfortunately, would have to archive 1 lab work off the second one. We'll have to we'll have to archive the second one off the first one. That is a little bit nuts. Goes for the Logos, which, is the best option. Oh no, he played the Miasma last turn. So he is good. Yeah, so Zombie Hedgehog is going to get the full value of the Sting. And this is a very good move from Zombie Hedgehog. Has pulled the Sucker Punch back from the archives, allowing them to basically use their entire hand here. So you pull the Sucker Punch from the archives, so you can play Library of Babel, play Time Mechanic, play Helper Bot, drop the Sting, play Lab Work to archive Sucker Punch. The only card left in your hand is Lab Work. You play the Lab Work. You're now sat on 6 amber with keys costing 5, and you've got the sting down, which means your opponent's going to forge for 5. You've got the sting down, so your opponent's going to forge for 6 because you keep the time mechanic off the flank. You go up to 12. Your opponent's on 1, and the next turn you smack. You pop the sting, and you just try hopefully forge your next 2 keys before your opponent can forge their next 2. The big play is that Drummonaut is now in hand. Yeah, the helper bots really helped save that turn. It made the sting infinitely better because there must be part of you, if you just got the sting in your hand and your opponent's about to forge, you just got Shadow Sting, go. But with that there, Zombie Hedgehog has now pulled their Time Traveler, pulled the Banish. Now, if Sound the Horns needs to pull Ganga Chieftain here. Ganga Chieftain into Nox, into Drummonaut, then Ganga Chieftain into Nox again, wipes out the 2 biggest creatures. Oh, you don't even need to do it that way, I guess. It did. Sound the Horns pull Ganga
Can't
Chieftain.
touch this.
That RNG, if it had pulled anything else, if Sound the Horns had pulled anything other than Ganga Chieftain, Zombie Hedgehog runs away with this game because there's no amber control in this hand. But now, Houdini just has to drop Ganga Chieftain next to Nox. Take out... Yeah, it's got a cooldown because I know how many of you control the disguise there are. There's a cooldown on it. Unfortunately, that does mean you can just go for the Polish one instead. There was no other possible outcome. Is there no other creatures? Yeah. Knocks into Time Mechanic. Play Drummonaut next to the Ganga Chieftain. Pop it up. Take out the Tentacus. Pop it up. Then use something else to take out Helper Bot. Oh no, you smack Drummonaut into Tentacus, you smack Drummonaut into Helper Bot, you Nepenthe Seed back the Drummonaut, and then you reap for 3? You reap for 2, and then you use Ganga Chieftain's last play on Fusel to gain 2 and sit on 6. There is Ganga and no one else is important. Just because Ganga is the only important one doesn't mean it's the only one that Sound the Horns is going to get. And it didn't even go that deep into the deck. Like, it's only 16 cards. It literally went through Gauntlet Command, Nature's Call, Director, Regrowth to get Ganga. It's literally the first creature hit. Ah. So, you play Ganga Chieftain, you kill off Drummonaut here because you've got the Nepenthe Seed, which allows you to get it back again. And then, no matter, yeah, you have to go. Unfortunately, Zombie Hedgehog has to go Shadows here. Has to pop that Sting in order to hopefully race, but it's only drawing 1 card. Ideally here, you'd want to go Logos, get Time Travel down, get Igor down, get Z Researcher down. So there we go. Zombie Hedgehog probably wiping the brow going, oh, Drummonaut's gone. But then the Nepenthe Seed gets cracked. Drummonaut comes back. And, oof. It has to be Sting here, and you have to hope that you can draw well. Because you're giving your opponent the key next turn. And then they're going to get, because you only played Umbra, they're going to get straight back up to 7. can't banish the lowest creature because it's time travel. That's more value. Researcher, Igor, and time travel. There's nothing big enough to stop it. If it had been if you could have got a Groggins down, if you could have got a big creature down, but the knocks taking out the time mechanic was huge. The board has been cleared. There's nothing big enough in Zombie Hedgehog's hands to deal with this board now, and the Pilgrim Avalanche and the, I mean, you know your opponent's going to force it extend, so you just discard the Umbra. Because Pilgrim Avalanche is going to destroy it, giving Fusel instant access to Reap and gain 2. It doesn't stop your opponent from winning. It doesn't slow your opponent down that much, but it stops them by 1 Amber. But it absolutely insane. Look, the Juggernaut combo is one of my favourites, and it's the one I'm running in Code 6 as well. Plays Fusel, Scanix runs, sits on 6. Teal'ca now in hand. So even if Houdini wanted to toy with Zombie Hedgehog here, they could just go and tame and go, okay, here's a Teal'ca, have fun with that. Play Sucker Punch. Gains 1 for the Amber Icon. Time Traveler? The only one that dies, but I guess it doesn't make that much of a difference. So yeah, it definitely has to be the Sting here. Can't increase key cost, can't steal anything. Does 2 damage to Juggernaut. Doesn't really do that much. Plays the Umbra. Does destroy this thing, but playing the Umbra. Scientific Hack comes a little bit late. So, Pilgrim Avalanche wipes the board, which means Fusel is online to gain 2 straight away. I guess Zombie Hedgehog was so focused on the Juggernaut Ganga Chieftain combination that they didn't see the Pilgrim Avalanche Fusel combination. Reaps for Ganga Chieftain, Reaps for Fusel, Reaps for Pilgrim, and then gains 6 off Juggernaut. The board is huge in combo potential. It's still only 5 creatures, but it's insane in what it's actually doing. It's already at 5. We'll end this. Fusel's on the end, so you only gain 5 with the Juggernaut, and I use the last one on Fusel, and end on 11, possibly 12. Zombie Hedgehog is in a huge position here, but if that Sound of Horns was the turning point in this game, if Sound of Horns had hit anything other than Ganga Chieftain, this game would have probably gone to Zombie Hedgehog. But just not being able to deal with this boss state straight away has put Houdini in such a good position.
Nie mogę dotknąć dis.
Yeah, so reaps up, gets to 11 off the Fusel. We can see it's over. Zombie Hedgehog can see it's over. Houdini is just basically there going, if you got it, if you got an answer, you need to play it here. There's no key cheat that can save them in the houses here. Well, in AOA houses, there's no real out. Plays Igor, gets Perplexing Sophisticality, Plays time travel to draw 2. Gets the interdimensional graft. Oh, but his opponent was only at really 6 the other 2 times. Turn 7. Not tonight, pointing out that's a turn 7 victory. So that was a really good game. The game literally turned on a coin, and I'm sure both teams can agree on that. It sounds so weird if you. I tried to find the song in Polish, so I could do the Polish version, but I just couldn't. I couldn't. There was no one who sung this song in Polish apparently. Guess it doesn't translate well. So we have F Duck versus Crazy Killing Machine Carl, and this is the one that people. This is the reason I did this today because people wanted to see Crazy Killing Machine Carl's 7 sin deck go up. Okay. New voice commands are around. So let's see if this one works.
It's time to duel!
That's what I've been doing today. So Crazy Killing Machine Carl with the 7 sin deck that has been getting a little bit of a name for itself within the groups. And F Duck with a very strong double E on the fringes disruption deck. Very strong start from F Duck. Classic turn 1 daughter, but 2 sins in hand for Carl. What's that? Sloth and Greed? Waking Nightmare, which is, plays Greed, plays Sloth, plays plays Infernus. Just for the value. Doesn't have to actually use it. And then just goes. I didn't use any because Carl didn't use any creatures this turn. Gains 2 from Sloth because there's 2 sins out. That's nuts. So can go Gleeful Mayhem. Will cost the daughter, but will take out one of the sins. Can go Nature's Call, bounce everything, but that puts Infernus back online and takes out 2 of the sins. But that just means Carl goes cool. Yeah, just gonna drop them off. So makes daughter fight Greed. Uses twin bottom missions to damage. Uses it to damage Sloth and damage Greed. Plays Mindfire, discards Ghost Hawk. Plays Desire. Should have been Lust, but they're not here. Plays Envy. And Carl optimizing whether to pass here or reap. Goes for the pass because if Carl had reaped, he'd have gained 2. But Carl passed and gained 3 because he has 3 sins. There's the Wrath. Wrath with the Taunt, Poisonous, Skirmish, Fight, Enrage, eat a creature for each sin you have. These sins coming thick and fast. What do you do? Carl is sat on 6. Keys currently cost 10 thanks to Envy. But Envy has that lovely ability of reap. Forge a key at -1 for each sin you have. Which is just a lovely ability. That's one of the sins I've got, and I do love Envy because it's just such a big middle finger to your opponent. Plays Wrath. Did lose Greed in the Gleeful. It did lose Sloth in the Gleeful Mayhem, so Reaping is now a better option. Reaps with Envy to capture 2. Oh, it's desire. Sorry. So reach for desire. Uses desire to forge a key. So it only has one, which means that yeah, you can play Rock Grub. It doesn't really make any difference here. Nice controlling hand from F Duck. Gleeful Mayhem's going to wipe out another one of the sins. Exhume is a very good option, and Reaping with the Rock Grub is going to put it back in. So Gleeful Mayhem onto Envy, get the Amber back. Exhumes the daughter. Reaps with Rock Grub, plays the other Rock Grub, putting Carl back down to 0, and F Duck is sat on 10, but keys still cost. F Duck's on 5, but keys cost 10. Plays Dreadbone. Exalts Dreadbone to get rid of daughter. Very nice. Plays Primus, plays Octavia, and plays Humble to basically exhaust the Rock Grub. Can't archive it again. Very good amber control setup there with the Primus and the Octavia. Octavia can capture 2 and then Primus can move it. But Nature's Call is going to answer this a little bit. I've got the Ludo from Carl for the destruction, but Nature's Call is a pop. And we have a Dinosaur's Bane from F Duck. Dinosaur's Bane is a procedurally generated card. There's different versions of it, but yeah, it just basically says destroy dinosaur. Drops Muffin, drops Shaman, drops Deep Madrid, drops Rumblings, Nature's Call. Could you please turn off the Discord notifications? Oops, sorry. I didn't realize they were coming through. I've just closed Discord down. There you go. So I don't know why Discord is supposed to go silent when I'm streaming, but for some reason it's still going. I do apologize, Gigu. Plays Nature's Call. So Dreadbone is 1 because it's got Amber on it. Octavia and Desire, I guess, because you want to get the keys lower. You want to get the Amber from. Oh, keeps the Dreadbone, but gets rid of the Primus, the Octavia. Ooh. But once the keys, it costs to go down to 6. Interesting. Gateway into Desire is an option, but not the greatest. The Red Alert is now online, and the Red Alert's quite powerful. That's definitely an option to go with. You've got the Red Alert, you've got the Subdue, you've got the Access Denied. That's not a bad little procedure to go with. Plays Red Alert. Wipes out Rock Grub, wipes out Shaman, deals extra damage to machines. Out Molfing can be taken out thanks to the Subdue. Can put Access Denied on Deepwood, using the damage pip to take out Bramble Links, or vice versa. And can capture 1 onto Wrath, say. Plays Access Denied. Puts Access Denied onto the Deepwood Druid. Don't know why there it is. It's now showing the top. Plays away team and then passes back. So possibly a Logo's turn. Do you want to get your hand up? Carl in a strong position here. 1 key ahead. 3 amber on board towards the second key. Desire in hand. Dinosaur goes disc, drops the Dinosaur Bane, drops the Bloodshed, drops the Rock Grub, gets to 7. Meaning that next turn has got to be a Desire turn. With Bloodshed Impact, the reaping becomes a lot more awkward. Carl has got Dinos. Uses Wrath to reap, sacrifices Wrath. That's not too bad. Uses Gateway to gain 3 chains. Gets to Fort Amber. F-Duck is on 8, but Desire stops the Forge. The level of disruption here is beautiful. Twin Bottle missions. Pocket Universe and a Babbling Bibliophile. The key charge with the double Cauldron Boil and the fittest. That Babbling Bibliophile is going to be huge. Place Primus. F-Duck gets to 9, 1 short of check. We now have Gluttony and Pride. If Pride had shown up a lot earlier, these sins would not be dying. Which is the real shit. So use the key charge. Forges get, so he's now ahead of Carl. So Carl now looking at what to do. Possibly just jump into Saurian, capture 4, move on to Babbling Bibliophile, and then destroy Babbling Bibliophile or reap. I'll possibly only capture 2 to do the same thing. Who's it? Sorry, Caesar is the best play. And it's been said a lot, if you can get a load of dinos down, just keep going dinos because they've got such good synergy when they're on the board. Fights the dinos with Ludo. Gets 6. And now trying to decide what to do with the second Octava. Plays Galatops or Galatops. Okay. Has a Dino Fiend, a Gluttony, and Pride in hand. F-Duck, where do you go now? You can delay with this for a single turn at this moment in time. Library of the Damned's quite good here. Goes logos. Draws 2, archives 1. The archiving disc because you want to set up the E, I guess. Needs to archive a card. Archives Library of the Damned. Draws 2 more. Second E in the hand. Oh, this is what else has to go Pete Tong. Archives the Evil Eye. Plays Quaint. Moves 1 over to the Pocket Universe. Plays Jugoogle, Jugoggle, Jigiggle. However you like to pronounce it. Puts Curiosity underneath the Jugoogle. Mashivoda. 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 That's how we pronounce it. Mashivoda. All I know in that word is that the W is a V. Mashivoda. Is that close? Moves to Colorless Primus, moves 1 Amber over to Quaint, fights Quaint with the Galapagos, reap, 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 gets to 6. Carl is on check to win this. Little does he know that the double EE is here to ruin his day. E on the fringes, E on the fringes. Discards Evil Eye, purges a sin because just for value. So F-Duck, trying to go for that. Let's roll. Purges Desire, purges Sloth, steals 2. Discards Library of the Damned. Purges Greed, purges Envy, steals another 2. discards Exhume. Purges Wrath, purges Infernus because he's run out of sins. F-Duck, the priest of Keyforge, purging Carl of his sins. Oh. So Carl cannot be happy now. And this hand that F-Duck's got now, mini group think tank with such a strong Saurian board. Go Saurian. Wants to prevent this second forge. Captures 2. Gonna transfer it. Plays Faust, gets the key, increases the key cost even further. But that double twin bottle mission is going to deal with Faust quite quickly. It's not one EE. It's double EE better than the 7 sins. Let's get this right. A single EE might not be able to do the job, but 2 of them. The name was also a promise. Fair enough. Fights EE, gets rid of the EE. Being able to deal 1 and knowing so much this has just been gone, but he's just redrawn the deck as well. Groups of golfers gets to 3. F-Duck does not forge again. So F-Duck can take a comfortable Logos turn, knowing that his opponent cannot forge here. So needs to deal with this capture movement train, and needs to get his opponent down to the point where they can't forge. Plays Curiosity. Uses Twin Motion to get rid of Ludo. So once all this amber moved, plays Twin Bottle Mission, gets rid of the second, gets rid of Faust into a bit of extra damage. Plays the mini group think tank, which wipes out the Octavia, and look at F-Duck's amber 2 on Pocket Universe. Dinosaur's Bane comes back. Rock Grub's there, eased on the board. Carl could go Saurian and go for the triple reap. Gluttony is no use without the other sins because you haven't gone much. I can see Gluttony being so powerful in this deck with the 2 Octavias, the other sins. It could do some serious work. But unfortunately, at this time, it just can't. Carl kind of seen that the position's a bit bad here. Quintina Flux could wipe all of the board, but F-Duck's got enough to forge both the keys. So Carl could go capture, move, fight, get to 4, take out Babylon Bibliophile, but yeah, that double E turn that took all of Carl's amber. Again, this entire game swung on a single turn. Can't touch this, just took the momentum and ran with it. Reaps with Primus, captures Octavia, reaps with Primus, moves it to Bibliophile, takes up Babylon Bibliophile. Let's F-Duck forge. Carl is sat on 5, so if his opponent doesn't get 2 amber here, which is very hard for them not to do, Carl's looking good here. And that's the key. Goes this. Plays Dinosaur Bane, blows up Octavia, reaps through E, discards Rock Grub to purge another discard, gets to 6 on the board with 2 on Pocket Universe. It's only a single EE, but it did enough 2 above what is needed to forge, thanks to Pocket Universe. Carl put up a hell of a game and got to the winning position very quickly. But Can't Touch This made a deal with the devil for this round to make sure that they made it into the top cut unimpeded. I am calling it now. They made some sort of shady deal with some sort of demon. Possibly Lord Invidious, which is why the sins didn't work, because they worked for him. And there it is.
Can't touch this.
You guys are just waiting. I've made a mistake giving you guys your own emote. Giving your own command. This is going to get spammed as much as possible. So that was the games, guys. That was Can't Touch This Purgers, living up to the name in this game with some amazing games. Triple Fangtooth Cavern coming down from both sides. Drummer Knot combo coming in, swinging the game for Can't Touch This. And the double E on the fringes coming in. I believe at this point, Can't Touch This have 2 teams guaranteed in the top cut and 1 that's qualifying this week. It's not spammed enough. Can't Touch This, very happy with this win. And a lot of teams from the UK and from the Snufflegators group, very surprised to hear that not only the Snufflegators lost after being top of the group last week, but that Carl's deck lost, because it's a very powerful deck, as we saw. The double EE was the only answer, and Can't Touch This had it at the exact right time. I'm going to go with an unpopular opinion here that 9 times out of 10, I think Carl wins this. And Can't Touch This sort of slid in that 1 out of 10 when it really mattered. And that's my personal opinion, that's not a coat opinion. I'm just going to... Indeed, it was the heart of the cards. The heart of the cards are truly strong. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to go check up on what's been going on in Discord, because as you guys heard, it was going a bit nuts. I might come back tomorrow with some more games. I might take a day off because my throat's getting a little bit rough. I haven't done 2 days streaming in a row in a while. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon.